All praise to the Most High. I call upon my angels, archangels, and ascended masters, my ancestors, saints, and spirit guides. Our Father, Christ. We are now vibrating at the frequency of absolute conscious awareness. This may be hard to believe, but the battle has already been won. There is not a weapon that can harm you now. Calling my spiritual family in the 11th dimension is not the same as calling them when we were in the 3rd dimension. In the 3rd dimension, there was still a separation. But since we are in the 11th dimension, I was not calling them because they're already present. But having watched a lot of YouTube clips and various points of view, I just thought I will do it again. You will have noticed that since the 1st of September 2024, your life is different, and your enemies cannot understand how the witchcraft is not working on you anymore. They don't understand why you can see them for who they are, and you can see their intentions even more clearly now. They are confused because they don't know why. They can't fool you anymore. But the reason they cannot do that is because our Creator separated us from those spirits. Now every trace or trail of witchcraft is evident now. We can all see it all over. They're in the biggest cathedrals. They were hidden in plain sight all along. But with the spells that they were able to cast over us through mass misleading, and because they kept us in a state of despair, it was hard to see them clearly for who they are. However, ascension really did happen, and they were really separated from us on the 31st of August 2024. So it's now almost 2 months since. And when you reflect, you will notice the differences. You will notice that you feel more courageous now. Like you all those thoughts that you had that you felt guilty about thinking, you feel free to think them now. What if that is so? It's like you're being liberated step by step, because change is a process, and it is very challenging to have a paradigm shift, because we were so deeply dysfunctionally conditioned by demonic forces, and they have been defeated, and you were saved. So keep your attention on your growth, your understanding. None of us are perfect, and we are all learning. And when we make a mistake, if it's not intentionally misleading people with false information and getting them off the path, and if it's not attempts at witchcraft, even though it doesn't work, but the fact that they're trying it, if it's not those things that are destructive, and it's just in the normal course of learning, then when we make a mistake, we should remind ourselves and say, hey, but I chose not to do that. Like you would anyone else that you're teaching, that is how you teach yourself too. Except this time, you just engage with our path, with our Creator, and say, I'm struggling with this. Give me the willpower, give me the determination, keep me focused, all of this and that. And that's how it is now. It's not a hard struggle anymore. And maybe you have done something so bad that you were confused as to whether you are one of the saved ones. You have to ask yourself, what have you done since the 28th of August 2024? Have you done any of those things since that date? Because if you haven't, then you are saved. And then, for those who have done something after that date, there was a window until the 4th of October where if you got to a point where you really acknowledge what you've done that you're not satisfied with, that hurt yourself or others or our Creator. And in that time you prayed and you asked our Creator for forgiveness, and you're really working on changing those parts of you that your soul is saying needs to grow, then you are saved. So don't stress. Now, if over this time you have been picking up arms to destroy the wicked, then that is part of spiritual warfare, because their time came and went. Their oppression is over. The fear they put in others is now in them, because once humanity was at their mercy, but no longer. The very peace of mind and freedom that they stole is now absent in their lives, and their portion is insanity, and their portion is fear, and their portion is dread, because that is what they instilled in humanity over the ages. Many of our ancestors were subjected to great injustice, and many of us living today too faced great injustice. Therefore, our oppressors are now oppressed, but not by our hand, but through their choices and their actions. But as for us, we have a lot to be grateful for, and we have a lot to learn. And change is challenging. Some things we learn more quickly, like a skill we can learn more quickly. But to actually adjust our mindsets to a greater reality, to break free from the shackles of illusions, and that is more challenging. So be patient with yourself. Because though my patience with and mercy and grace for the wicked ended on the 4th, for the divine ones of the living God, my patience and grace and mercy is eternal, because we're all here for evolution, and not one of us need to break down any other one. We are here to uplift, develop, and empower each other. So I was also sending prayers to heal humanity, to bless humanity with sanity. Because whatever existed for the past was insanity. It's unnatural. But now we're here now. So I'm optimistic. All praise to our Creator of the heavens and the earth and all that is in between.